We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Yorgos, congratulations on the film. Very intense, very dark, very beautiful as well. And it's your second film in the English language. Obviously, your first one was The Lobster. And you've got another one which you've been shooting this year, which is The Favourite, which is also in English. So I wondered what the appeal was for you of working in English. Is there something that the language offers you that perhaps other languages don't?
Well, it's a language that I can speak, which is a good thing.
That's a help.
It helps. And it's a language that enables me to make the films that I want to make, because it's very, unfortunately, very limiting the films that I can make in my own language, speaking practically and financially, not creatively. So it was. It started out of a necessity, making films in the English language, but also it is the language, that most films speak, and the language of the films that I mostly grew up with. So that also kind of makes a weird circle for me. So I do enjoy working in English.
Has it meant your own English has improved as a result?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm assuming it was pretty good to start with anyway.
I'm not sure it has. Probably. What I can tell you is that I've only spoken about films since the first film I made, Kineta, in English, because my films had more of a life outside of Greece than in Greece. So I always spoke about my films and filmmaking in English. So whenever I speak in Greek, I feel too self-conscious and like I cannot find the right words, where in English I've created at least a specific language that enables me to speak about film.
I understand. And actually the language in this particular film is very, very stylized, because sometimes it's all about the structure of the dialogue, sometimes it's about the way that people talk in that very sort of flat monotone that they use. Why did you choose to use dialogue in this particular way and in such a stylized way?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's not really a choice. It's the way that we write with Efthimis, that he's my co-writer and I've written most of my films with. We never set out to make a particular style of film. Ever since we started, our first film was Dogtooth. It was just the way we approach things and the way, we think and the way we write. It was never about creating a style. It was just our approach to things. So yeah, most of the times we just try and add something to what we naturally do, which is, flirt with a genre or choose a theme or make up a story, but then the rest of it is the way we know how to do it. And we basically don't really know much, anything different.
Okay. And this is the second time that you've worked with Colin Farrell as well.
It is.
And you've got a third possible project in the pipeline, I believe, about the Iran-Contra affair. Has that been greenlit yet?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
So it is a possibility, like many things.
Fingers crossed for that one then. But clearly it works very well, both of you working together. Why is he so right for your films?
I don't know. I mean, it's one of these things, you meet people, you get along, you have an understanding. And it just feels right. I mean, I can say things like, he's obviously a great actor, he's a great person, we have a good time working together. He has definitely an understanding of the language of the films and the tone. He's a very complex person and actor, and it just feels right.
And you've also cast somebody that we don't see very often on the screen nowadays, Alicia Silverstone, in a very small role. Yeah. Was she in your mind when you were writing the script?
Oh, not at all. I mean, nobody's in my mind when writing. We always focus on the screenplay when we're writing, and then we think about actors that could be in the film. But especially Alicia, I didn't even think of her, I'm ashamed to say, but our casting director thought of her, and of course I knew her, and I was extremely excited by the idea, and then we met her, and she read the scene, and she was amazing, and it was, there was
a very pivotal scene. It's absolutely crucial.
No, and she's amazing, and a great person as well, and I really had fun working with her. Unfortunately, it was just one day, and I wish I could work more with her.
It's great to see her back. Yorgos, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.